Anyways, welcome everybody to Unpopular Review Entertainment, a review on Happy Gilmore 2. Now, I just want to say right off the bat, I did not have high hopes for this film at all. Um, Usually the sequels really don't hold up to the original, and I still think the original of Happy Gilmore is better, is the best. But this movie surprised me. It really did. It surprised me for the fact that I really thought things were going to fall apart. I thought with all the cameos, it just wasn't going to make sense. And I got to tell you, it certainly was not the case. It it surprised me very well. And let's get started. Let's talk about it. The original came out in 1996 under Happy Madison production, and I like how Adam Sandler is pretty much the only person, besides a couple other few, but he's the only person that really stays true to his persona and uses his production company to do all his movies under. This is a exclusive to Netflix. Very surprised that it did not get a theater release, maybe for a day or two. I know a couple months ago I did see Happy Gilmore in the original in the on the big screen. Never seen that before, and it's always cool to see the classics on the big screen. But this one is for all the cameos, classic about a hockey player turned golfer. There really wasn't too much hockey talk, or anything like that in this film. There was a couple scenes where some of his kids had hockey sticks and they were messing around, but there was a couple mentions, but it wasn't as big as the first one. Um, I have to say that the original still holds up to its original. And some of the greatest quotes of all times in this film. "The price is wrong, bitch," and "I eat pieces of shit for breakfast" are two of my favorite. They're two of my favorite lines out of the film. There's many others, but um, I think those two by far are the two classic ones from the original film. Returning cast members. There was a lot. There really was. You had Kevin Nealon as Gary Potter, who was one of Adam Sandler's, I would say, people he was golfing next to in the original film. Ben Stiller played Hal, who is the crazy, what would you call him? He was the crazy uh, nurse at the old folks' home that he put his grandma in. Now in this movie, he is doing a I can't even think of what it is. It's like a sobriety like class where uh, 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 um, alcohol anonymous. Alcohol anonymous is what I'm going to say. Christopher McDaniel's as Shooter McGavin. Um, Shooter McGavin. I did not think he was going to be in this film as much as he was. When they first announced this film, they kept it very hush hush. He was really not announced, but they did show a screenshot after a while of him and Sandler in front of a graveyard, which I'll talk about that later on. Of course, Adam Sandler reprises his role as Happy Gilmore. Dennis Dugan as the golf commissioner returns in this film. You also have I don't even know if I'm saying his name is right. Robert Mulligan as the lawyer. He is the famous lawyer that got thrown out the front window when that he told his grandma in the first one that she has not paid taxes. Who else returned? Let's see. Julia Bowen, who played Veronica, no, Virginia Bennett. Excuse me, Virginia Bennett, who is now the wife of Happy Gilmore in the film. You also have this is interesting. I was going to save this for trivia, but he's listed as returning. So there is a guy named Jack Garlopata. Oh boy, I'm gonna butcher these names quick. I'm sorry, but yeah. So this guy was in the original film next to a commentator. He was one of the commentators at the golf tournaments, and he sat next to another returning cast member, Vern uh, Lund, Lundquist, which I found out this gentleman is a multi-major television network commentator for ABC Sports from 1974 to 1981. He was also on CBS, TNT, as a actual golf announcer. But the other guy I was talking about, Jack Garupato, he's a producer of almost all the Happy Gilmore films. Um, which in this film he does have a small cameo in it, but he is one of the main producers in this film in almost every Happy Gilmore film. So your returning, excuse me, your returning cast. I'm so glad that a lot of these people came back because it would be sad if they made a Happy Gilmore film with some of these characters because um, especially some of the like especially Shooter and the wife and Ben Stillard. I could have went without some of the other ones. Oh, and one other person I need to mention, Lee Trivione is a pro golfer. I think he's Hispanic. He was in the original one. I would say I would say his scene that was most popular in the first one was when Chubbs fell out the window of Happy Gilmore's apartment, and when he fell out, there was a scene where they show a gentleman shaking his head, going like this. That's the pro golfer I'm talking about. Let's talk about other cameos. Uh, there is a lot. There is a lot to get to, so I'm pretty much just gonna mention the ones that that are really well known. I'm gonna start out with Bad Bunny as the caddy. Um, boy, uh, I'm going to get to what I think about him later because I wrote a little paragraph about him. Eminem, which I thought was funny. He played a character. If you remember the first film of Happy Gilmore, there was a heckler at the Pro Am uh, beach tournament, and he was the guy that Shooter McGavin paid off to keep saying, "You suck, you jackass." Um, this Eminem plays his son, and what I like about it is he had probably I think it was like at least 15, 20 seconds on screen where he's trying to heckle Happy Gilmore, and his sons take over and beat him up and throw him into the lake, where he finds himself face to face with a bunch of alligators, six to be exact. And he thinks he was going to take on and beat up all these alligators, which I think is very, very funny because I did not expect him to go out getting eat up and beat up by Adam Sandler, or excuse me, Happy Gilmore's kids, and by this alligator. Um, you also had Kid Cudi. It's funny. I could not figure out who, and maybe I'm going to look him up right now. Um, who Kid Cudi, Happy Gilmore too. I don't know. I don't know what he played in. Oh, so he was just in a golf cart, I guess. Let's see. What characters? Yeah, he was. I guess he was just in the golf cart. I don't know if he really had a major scene. I don't remember that part. You also had MJF, Maxwell Jacob Freeman, AEW wrestler. He played one of the sons. He actually did really well. He did. And I think I think MJF is a great actor and talent, not only on in the wrestling ring, but also he's showing you on the big screen. So probably look forward to more of his more cameos and more roles for him to come up. Becky Lynch, WWE star. She played a character. She played one of the golfers on the other opposing company. I think it's called Maxi. She played one of the female golfers. Let's see who else is in this. Reggie Bush. Stephen A. Smith, uh, John Lovitz, which was pretty funny because he played a pissed off driving golfer. And then in one part of the scene where he tries to hit the ball like Happy Gilmore and ends up falling into the net, kind of like the net you would see at a Top Golf. That was pretty funny. Eric Andre was in it. Steve Buscemi, uh, Dan Patrick, Stephen A. Smith. I said Nikki Bella. I did not catch Nikki Bella in it. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. And then this basketball player. I know I forget what team he plays for, but it's Boban Marjovovic. I don't know what team he plays for. Maybe I should look that up as well because I should be correct on what I am talking about. Let's see. Okay, so he plays in the Clippers. Oh, yeah, he plays in the Clippers. Um, wait, no, hold on. He's played for. Let's see. He's played for a bunch of teams actually. He's played for the Rockets. He's played for Dallas. Played for the. He's played for the Clippers, the Philadelphia 76ers, Detroit Pistons, and San Antonio Spurs. So right now he's on the Houston Rockets. So that's kind of a cool cameo. And then you have your other people that have made appearances all the time in all the other Happy Madison production films. Blake, um, Blake Clark. We know him from he plays the father in oh god, what's the other Adams? Oh, it's funny you start talking about something and then you lose your train of thought. Now watch when I end this broadcast, all the movies that I want to say are going to come in. Well, okay, so he played one of the coach. Oh, sorry about that, folks. He played one of the coaches in Waterboy, where you couldn't understand him. So he spoke like gibberish. You also have Rob Schneider, which he had one little part. He was a tricycle cowboy. That was cool to see him. And then Jonathan Longhorn. This guy, very funny. He was the guy that had Louisiana pound cakes and Waterboy. He's been in a lot of Adam Sandler films. Um, it's good to see that he used some of his original castmates because Adam Sandler always has 5 or 6 of the original people that he always puts in his movies. It's usually Rob Schneider's always in there, Steve Buscemi's always in there, Blake Clark's always in there. Um, the list goes on, so forth and so forth. Um, let's talk about the pros. Let's talk about what I liked about this film. I like the fact that they used all these celebrities as cameos, but they didn't play themselves. So usually when a big celebrity comes into a film, they play themselves because they want the recognition. Well, I'm so glad that one guy I didn't talk about was Travis Kelce. So Travis Kelce in this movie he plays a waiter, but then also later on down the film. So if you guys are watching this, spoiler alert, there's a lot of things I'm going to be spoiling in this because there's no way around it. But Travis Kelce plays a waiter, and then there's a scene in the movie where he's getting eaten, but he's getting licked by a bear with honey on his chest. I think that was pretty funny. But yeah, I like the fact that everybody had their own lane in this film, which brings me to my next topic: Bad Bunny, who plays Oscar the Caddy. Um, he brought his own flame to the film. Kind of a take off of a little of Happy when he was in the first movie. So Happy in this movie, um, in the beginning of the film, Happy goes down this road where he's a drunk and an alcoholic, and then more towards the center of the film, he's becoming sober. Well, his caddy kind of takes over that part of him as he's the wild one doing bong hits. I'm sorry, bong what do you call it? When you stand up, chug, beer chugs, and things like that. Um, he has some great speaking parts in it. But I'm glad that they chose Bad Bunny because when I like I said when I originally saw that they were doing another Happy Gilmore, and I was like, man, I don't know how this is really going to be. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be. Thank you, Happy. Thank you, Happy. But I really had no expectations for this because like when I saw Beetlejuice, it was when I saw Beetlejuice 2, it was just a film. Like the nostalgia wasn't there. The nostalgia here now I can't sit here and say that I don't think that the storyline isn't the same as the first one. Um, but we'll get to that in a minute. The graveyard scene, I think that was classic with all the characters that are not with us and that have passed away. I thought that was a real good tribute to like Bob Barker, Carl Weathers, the grandmother, um, Mr. Larson that's not with us anymore. There's a lot of good characters that wish were in this film that they try to play to try to pay tribute to them with either a son of their character or just like the graveyard. There was a bunch of tombstones with their names on it. The fight scene with Shooter McGavin in the graveyard was just classic. Um, and there was a lot of like key elements that I thought were just funny that just put the icing on the cake for that. Um, some of the things I did not like about Happy Gilmore, I didn't like all the flashbacks. I hate to be this way, but if you want references, go see the first one. And I think that's the problem with the film industry right now is the fact that not only do they want to keep capitalizing on making money on another Spider-Man or another Iron Man or so forth and so forth, but they also want to try to cram or show things that have happened in the past. And I feel like this is its own standalone Happy Gilmore 2. They should have not done that. They should have just maybe put a couple references from the first one. So this is the first movie that I've seen put quite a substantial flashbacks. So I did not enjoy that. Like I said, the story was almost the same, but the difference is at this time, Happy Gilmore has two kids. The movie kind of started off the same, where it was Happy Gilmore doing the narration of the film, um, and then just like the first one, Happy Gilmore, there's somebody in his life that dies that's crucial to his journey. In the first film, it was his father teaching him, hockey and being a hockey fan. And then his father dies by a hockey puck to the face. Well, in this film, his wife Virginia Bennett is a big part of his life, with his kids, and she dies with a golf ball to the head. So kind of similarity there. I don't know if they should have went that route. I think it was kind of crappy that they killed her off this quick. I think she could have been a key crucial part of the film if they didn't. Let's see. Uh, so another part I really didn't care for, and I think that again, did we need another Happy Gilmore? Absolutely not. But did they do it right this time? Like, did they do it where it was smart and it's enjoyable? Yes. So there's this new company called Maxi that towards mid part is introduced. They introduce it kind of in the beginning of the film, but Adam Sandler doesn't really want to be part of it, so he throws a guy into a lobster tank. Um, and I would consider Maxi kind of a spinoff of this new golf league that we have that's competing with the PGA is called Love. And then there's a new one that actually started in the beginning of January of 2025. It's called TGL. So there's quite a bit of now golf leagues that are trying to take over the PGA Tour because PGA it's so hard to get into the PGA and there's so many rules and regulations. These other companies are kind of laid back and they're more catered to the young crowd. So yeah, so there's a part in the film where this company called Maxi is being introduced, and they so the last so let's go over the basic part of the film. So the main premise of the film is that Happy is trying to come up with $75,000 to put his daughter into a ballet academy. Um, and I forgot to mention that too. So uh, Adam Sandler's family is all in this film. You got his wife, who plays the ballet teacher, and then the ballerina that wants to go to the ballerina school is his oldest daughter or young. I forget if she's young or older. And then his other daughter is actually in the rehab program with him. So you got both those. And then later on in the trivia, I will tell you about another person that's in the film that is related to Adam Sandler. But yeah, so he's trying to come up with the money for the ballerina school. But then also too, on the side note, he's having trouble because he's trying to get sober because of losing his wife. So there is a couple things going on in this film that I don't I don't know how great or how I feel about the you know everything that's going on in the film. Like his wife dies, um, and then he's an alcoholic, um, and then he's beating people up still. Like even in the first one, I don't. In the first one, he wasn't an alcoholic. And you would think by losing a big key part of his life, his father. So with this, I think it's a big stretch because you have you have this powerful you have this powerful that came back from the first that I feel like could have had great um, reprising roles with Christopher McDaniels. He could have, he could have talked about Chubbs, or she could have talked about Chubbs. There's so many things you could have done with her character than just kill her off. So I would love to know the reasoning behind killing her off in the beginning because, I mean, let's just face it, we didn't need another uh, reproduction of Happy Gilmore 1. But it does hold by itself. There are key elements that did not make it like the original. So that's your main premise. He's trying to come up with the money. He loses everything in the beginning of the film, so he's trying to regain. And towards the middle, he doesn't want to become a golfer anymore. Like he doesn't care. He's letting his life go. You know, I think they said in the film he had 5 gold jackets. Now, on a side note, Christopher McDaniel's character, Shooter, which I would love to know more of the backstory of why he's in there. And maybe they said it, maybe I just didn't catch it. Like, I'm trying to take notes, I'm trying to keep up. So maybe I didn't hear it, but he's in a loony bin um, coming into this one, and they suddenly just release him. Like so in the beginning, so I'm not going to ruin it. I'm not going to ruin it. But there's other key elements in the parts of the film that lead up to this. But you know, I think with Shooter's character, I think they did a very good job by keeping him, um, not front and center, but kind of like a supporting actor in this, where he had quite a bit of screen time. He had the fight scene with Adam Sandler in the graveyard. Towards the end, he reprises his role on the golf course as Shooter. We see him, several times in the loony bin, and then we see him come in with the commissioner of the golf commissioner, trying to, figure a way to help Happy win. Um, so there's a lot going on, and you kind of, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that it's a lot going on and you have to keep focused on the movie. But what I'm saying is, if you really pay attention to not only the characters in this film, but if you remember the characters in the previous film, It's like swapped because in the last film, Shooter was the rival of Happy Gilmore, and now he's helping Happy Gilmore win his sixth jacket. But now it's not about the jacket; it's about winning, to raise money for his daughter. So there's a lot of cool elements in this film. Let's see. What else did I miss here? So trivia. Let's talk about trivia. There's a couple things I should bring up. So the other character that I said that was part of Adam Sandler's family is Adam Sandler's mom. Judy Sandler has a small role in this, and pay attention because it's where the basketball player I was talking about, the big tall basketball player, Boban Mavareka. I don't know what his name is. I'm very very sorry. The guy that played for the Houston Rockets is the son of Mr. Larson, the guy in the first movie that had a nail in his head. But the mother plays his mother, which is kind of funny. I would have never gotten that if I didn't read the trivia page. So Chubbs, there was a time when they were going to put Carl Weathers into the movie. Adam Sandler was in talks for several years with Carl Weathers to reprise his role as Chubbs. Um, I don't know how that would actually. I don't know how would actually work out, knowing that Carl Weathers died right before his big tournament. So maybe it would be like flashbacks. Maybe I'm not too sure. They did put so Faison Love. Was it is it Faison Love? Oh, no, it was yeah. It's I think it's Faison Love. Let me see. Let me just make sure I'm saying that. But there's a comedian that that is playing Chubbs' father. Let's see, or Chubbs' son. I'm sorry. Um, La, 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 Laval Crawford. Laval Crawford is playing. Um, he's playing Slim Peterson. Oh, that's funny. So he's playing Chubbs, his son, and he has, same thing with the hands are breaking. I thought that was very comical that he did that. That was pretty. That was pretty interesting. Let's see what else I'm missing. Let's see. Let's see. I talked about that. Okay, so here's another one. Earlier in the film, when Happy first returns to the golf course to join a game, the attendants checking him in are watching a few of the late Cameron Bryce, who played one of Adam Sandler's sons in Grown Ups, as well as in the sequel, passed away in July of 2019. So, okay, so I'm assuming that's kind of confusing. Oh, I'm sorry. So, okay, now I get it. Okay, now I get it. I was a little slow, a little slow there, guys. So let's back up. So there was a TV that they were watching, and there was clips of this person that was one of the sons in Grown Ups that passed away in 2009. And I do remember hearing about the story. I forget how he passed, but he put him in the movie to you know as a tribute to him, which is great. Here's something interesting. Adam Sandler will be 58 years old when this movie is released. Carl Weathers, who played Happy's mentor caddy, Chubbs Peterson, was 48 when the first film came out. Huh. That's a 10-year gap. That's funny. The filming took place in New Jersey, then Vancouver. The first movie was shot in Vancouver. Here's something interesting. Maxwell Jacob Freeman confirmed that he and the other actors who played the brothers did not use body doubles for their mooning scenes. So So that bare ass that you see is MJF's ass. Very well, very well. The man who approached Happy Gilmore in the supermarket is played by Ben Safdie, who directed Adam Sandler in the film Uncut Gems, one of Sandler's most critical acclaimed films. And if you've not seen Uncut Gems, please do yourself a favor and go see that movie because this film is nothing like anything other. It actually kind of is like, oh God, what was the other film that Adam Sandler did? Let me see if I can bring it up. There was another film that Adam Sandler did that he Punch Drunk Love. That's it. Punch Drunk Love. So this film, I wouldn't say it's like it, but it's more serious. It's more like Punch Drunk Love, where he's playing a serious character as a diamond stealer, and things go wrong for him. So yes, go check that out because that's a good movie. Um, So the Grizzly Adam joke is a nod to the original film where Grizzly Adams is mentioned as well. Happy Gilmore's grandmother first name was Anne, as the same as on the tombstone, which is kind of cool. And Hal's Alcoholic Anonymous group is called Healing Aches for Life, which forms for Hal. Huh. Well, there you have it. Everything comes together. Everything is this. If I had to give this movie a rating, I would say I would give Happy Gilmore an 8 out of 10. Um, it wasn't the worst thing I've seen from Adam Sandler, but it wasn't the best. Would I watch it again? Yes, I would watch it again. I would recommend you guys to go and take a look at it. Tell us what you think. Always drop us a line here at Unpopular Reviews Entertainment side, um, because there's a lot going on. We have a lot of shows for you, and also on the wrestling side, we got a slur of shows all week long, and I'm going to run down some of them for you. On Mondays at 6 p.m. you have the Mike Knox show. You also have at 10 o'clock right after Raw, or maybe like 10:30. You have bad guy Jack. I'm sorry. You have Big Daddy Cool. Oh God, why am I drawing a blank here? Oh, and the executive consultant is bringing you the Rated R review show for Raw on Tuesday nights. Our very own Mad Dog has came over there to the NXT side to bring you NXT reviews starting at 10 o'clock. On Wednesdays, you have the Elite Heat podcast with myself, Venimous Vincent, and the Sheriff and Cactus Katie. And I don't remember when the Raw or SmackDown review is. I don't if it's on Saturday or if it's on Sunday now. I'm not sure. I do apologize. I'm trying to get back into things. Just trying to let you guys know we have some stuff coming up. Hopefully next week we're gonna have a review for you on the new Fantastic Four, which I am going to see today and reviewing it as well. There's a lot to be part of here on Unpopular Reviews. We have an entertainment side. We have a wrestling side. We do it all here, folks. But I want to thank you so much for joining me here for this review as I took a swing at Happy Gilmore 2. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let us know what you think in the comments, or drop us a line on Unpopular Review on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, anything. We're on there. YouTube. Make sure you check out the latest Unpopular Review YouTube shorts. We have it all. So until next time, guys, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.